What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Das, das, das. Come on, brothers. Jump on the bike. Let's get it going, man. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support. I'm very humbled by it. So listen here, brothers. You ready for another Superwood? I know you guys are, right? It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a wood story to step to. To step two, brother, step two, step two. That's a gram, isn't that? Right? Let me tell you, man, Roach was phenomenal. A phenomenal friend and a phenomenal wood, brother. If it ain't white, well, you know the rest, right? So in order to tell this story in the correct fashion, biker brawls. I said biker brawls, not biker balls. You haters, get your head out of the gutter, right? We're going to go ahead and have to take it back to me introducing Roach to a bomb-ass restaurant that is no longer in existence, at least not in Modesto on the west side, and it's known as Pioneer Chicken. Now, I don't know if you've ever been a Pioneer Chicken or did back in the days, but they did have one in the west side of Modesto. And let me tell you something. It's one of those places you go to and you just keep going. I don't know to what degree of oil they use, but it's definitely that fucking oil from Venezuela that they used to cook the chicken in, because that shit is worth $1 million, right? It's the oil's so good in Venezuela, the Venezuelan Pioneer Chicken oil got everybody wanting to shoot every plane down to get it, right? And take people hostage. Let me tell you guys something. One day I was like, man, I'm craving the fish and chips from Pioneer Chicken because that was my favorite there. And I was chilling at Roach's house and I was like, hey, Roach, you hungry? He's like, brother, I mean, I could eat a burrito. I said, why is it always got to be burritos? Well, you're fucking Mexican. That's all you fuckers eat. I said, well, Salisbury steak. How about that? Oh, I don't care for it. My mom, she doesn't use seasoning. I say, hey, let's go to Pioneer Chicken. Oh, brother, I don't fuck with anything that has to do with chicken. I said, why? Because brothers like chicken, right? He said, who said that? No, because that's the reason. I said, let's go to Pioneer Chicken, bro. They got fish and chips. They got bomb chicken. Stop playing that racist shit. Let's go. So he's like, brother, where's it at? I said, Modesto. He's like, my truck won't make it. I said, we'll take my car. He's like, brother, you fucking Mexicans, you mechanics, weed eaters, like you guys are good at everything. Guess what we're good at? I said, what, cooking? I said, hell no, you guys don't use seasoning. I didn't say we were making food, brother, right? So we jump in the whip and I introduced him to Pioneer Chicken, and this wood was happy, ecstatic. I got the fish and chip plate. He got the fish and chicken plate, right? And we're right there fucking it up. And back in the days, man, it used to be popping at Pioneer Chicken. Everyone's coming. That shit's greasy, oily. It's just fire, right? And so he's like, bro, I fucking love this. I said, if you love this, there's another restaurant in Modesto I'm going to hit you to next weekend, bro. It's a Chinese place. Now, I think it was called The Lotus or something like that. It was an old big building. You can see it off the freeway, off the 99, right? And let me tell you, they had this shit called chicken and foil. They were like little triangles, and it was foil. And let me tell you, you unwrapped it, and it was just like a teriyaki type chicken. Oh, man. Anyone from Modesto that knows about that place back in the days, they know I am not bullshitting you, right? So the next weekend, I take him there. He's like, bro, I'm like, Mom, moving to Modesto. Mom! Right? He's trying to get his mom to move to Modesto. The food was bomb there. King's Table, The Lotus, and of course, Pioneer Chicken. Those were the spots. And then any taco truck on 9th Street, preferably Jessica's over there on Crow's Landing. So we had our spots we would go to. So one day I'm chilling at my pad, right? And I was actually craving some Pioneer Chicken. Like, damn, I want to go slide. Fuck Roach. I'm going to slide by myself. And Roach calls me. He's like, brother, you're never going to believe it. I said, what? He says, come to my house. I got fucked up. I went over there to Pioneer Chicken. I got pioneered by a chicken. I was like, for reals? He's like, oh, you're never going to believe it. The way he's talking, he sounded like he has no teeth. And then I remember he doesn't. So how do you knock the teeth out of a man with no teeth? How do you make a man sound differently that has no teeth, that just usually talks in a whistle? Because Roach usually, he had that whistle down pat. He'd be like, hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? I got meth over here. I'm like, what? So I pull up, and this fool has two black eyes, and they're just not regular black eyes. These are like Kevin Hart eyes, right? He's fucking just that brother looked like a brother right there, right? And I'm like, damn, what happened, Roach? He's like, bro, I went over there buying her chicken. I said, let me guess, man. You said some racial stupid and the brothers jumped you. Why is it always gotta be black guys at the chicken place? I said, well, that's what you said, right? No, man, it was bikers. I said, I thought bikers were your peoples. He fucked with bikers, right? But he never fucked with like the real, like, 1%er. It was always like some ragtag group, like some Sons of Anarchy shit, some fake shit, right? So he did know some biker dudes that were heavy hitters, but then he was like, oh, it was Mongols. I said, and he had this like thing about Mongols. I said, well, what is it? Every time you say it, you don't say it right. You got to do it with fucking pride, homie. The Mongols, right? I always had respect for the Mongols. One of my homeboys is a member of the Mongol San Jose chapter, but even before that, I just respected the fact and what they were established for. You know what I'm saying? They allowed the raza to come in and to fucking control some shit. And I will forever, Mongols forever, forever Mongols. I always got a lot of love for them. Doesn't mean I disrespect other biker clubs, but that clubhouse in particular, man, there's a soft place in my heart for them, right? I like them. Like the colors too. I love black and white, right? So anyways, he's like, some fucking Mongol dude beat the shit out of me. And I was like, damn, did they jump you? Yeah, it looks like it, huh? I said, yeah. Well, they didn't. It was just one motherfucker, right? One essay. He just came off the bike. He had Sereno on him, and I thought he was a Sereno. I said, what up, essay? He said, yeah, what you looking at? I said, I was looking at your tattoo that said Sereno. And he goes, yeah, but I'm not a Sereno. And then I went to say, well, brother, I functioned with Serenos in prison. He said, I'm not a Sereno. I'm a biker. And I said, well, I can tell that fucker. You got a fucking patch on your back. And I guess he didn't like the fucker part. And so he went to doing some fuckery and he fucked me up, right? And I was like, damn. So what does that mean, bro? You just wanted me to come over and admire your black eyes? No, brother, I want to go back to Pioneer Chicken. I didn't get my fucking half and half plate. So I was like, well, fucking let's slide. I was thinking about that shit anyways. So we go over there, right? When we get there, the dude who works there, he knows me because I'd be going there frequently at that time, right? He sees Roach and he's like, hey, you're the one that got jumped, right? Some white dude. Roach is like, yeah, brother, yeah, I got jumped. He was like, no, you didn't get jumped. You got jumped on. Roach is like, yeah, I don't appreciate you telling my business. I'm like, I already know, Roach. He's like, yeah, but there was more to it. He was like, yeah, this guy right here, your friend, came in talking a whole lot of shit. And the little Mexican guy, he's probably like 5'4", jumped off a motorcycle and socked him in his mouth. He's like, brother, I got socked in my mouth and got 2 black eyes. I was like, damn, that's some new shit. I ain't never heard about no shit like that. So anyways, we're kicking it, right? We order our food. We're laughing. The dude right there, he's like, damn. He goes, yeah, your partner was swinging, though. But by the time he was swinging, homie had left already. He got his fucking plate and left. And then fucking your boy left without his shit. Roach is like, yeah, brother, so fucking give me the double up because I paid for it. Dude was like, no can do. My manager says, once you leave, you're done. So I'm like, fucking Roach got burnt. He's all disgruntled, too. That's why I don't come to chicken joints because it's chicken shit. I'm like, man, don't say chicken shit while I'm eating chicken. Please don't, right? So anyways, we're kicking back there. We end up leaving. Well, I got a partner that stays right off fucking Briggsmore in Modesto at the time. It was a white dude. It was cool people, man. He was willing and dealing, right? Roach knew him. So we slide over to his house. We're telling him the story and he's laughing. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, you're full of shit. There ain't even no Mongols around here, bro. This is Hell's Angels like area where they be in the bar hoppers and some other group, right? And he was like, bro, I'm telling you right now, he's black and white. I know what a Mongol look like. Got the hair like this, flowing with some fucking Asian dude on a motorcycle, right? And I'm looking at Roach like he knows his bikers. He's like, bro, I've been locked up with Mongol, been locked up with the HA. I know, right? So they start getting into their white conversation that I'm not really privy to. Like I know, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Over a cloud of they start talking a lot. So I'm listening. So I'm like, Roach, just chalk it up. You got beat up, brother. He's like, I'm never going to chalk it up. You know me, I need my run backs. I said, so what are you going to do, bro? At that particular time, the Mongols were out of Los Baños. That's like they had just established or they were going to establish a chapter there. Like there was a few you'd see here and there, right? But there wasn't a lot of them. And you never seen, like he said, well, there was only one. I always seen like 2 or 3. I never seen one dude solo. But maybe so. Maybe he was fucking nomading it or whatever he was doing, right? And so, and look, there's going to be a bunch of bikers. Gunner, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I probably don't. But I'm just saying, I watched Sons of Anarchy extensively. So, you know, maybe this dude was like happy. And he just didn't give a fuck. He went wherever they wanted him to kill someone. So Roach is all fucking, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to suck the first biker I see. I said, yeah, that's what you're not going to do. At least not with me. Right? So about 2 weeks after that, I was staying away from Roach. Like, man, he probably started this shit, which he did, by calling the dude something he wasn't. Or that he was in the past, but he wasn't anymore, right? And Roach is crazy like that. Like he'll literally sock a dude on a bike, he'll be like, "You're a biker?" And dude's like, "No, I just ride bikes," right? And I literally, it'd be like a 10-speed. He'd still hit him. Like, I got my rum bags. Guess what? I beat up a dude. He had a funny ass fucking hat that went like this, and he had knee pads. He was riding a bike. I'm be like, "Damn, you got a bike? You got off on a biker?" No, he was on a 10-speed. That's just how he is. He's gonna get his retaliation. So there's a town called Empire, right? And Empire's got like a bunch of little bars and little spots. They're like hangouts. And there's one particular biker bar out there in Empire, or that bikers frequented, right? And I've told stories in the past about going out there. And so Roach calls me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I think I tracked old boy down." I was like, "How the fuck you track him down? This ain't the movie Ghost, bro, where fucking Patrick Swayze's telling you who did it. Like, you didn't even know the dude. You don't know his name. All you knew was, listen, bro, I know people in the biker community. I'm a Wood, God damn it. And we could, look, I'm white, and I could get more done than an essay." I was like, "Yeah, we could build a house in one day." "Yeah, but we don't have to fucking pay you." I'm like, "Oh, shit." So he's like, let's go to Empire. I heard they hang out in Empire. I was like, "Bro, that's a whole different biker club," but whatever. He's like, "Brother, like I said, I tracked this fucker down. He's related to someone that I know that he's related to." I said, "Yeah, but how do you even know who he is?" "Because I described him. He had a thick mustache. He was short and he was dark." I said, "Well, shit, that's my deal." That's like every fucking Mexican in the Empire, in Patterson, Modesto. Fuck it, let's go. So we pull up there, right? Ain't no Mongo hangout. There's some ragtag bikers, like I said, not even part of a biker club. There's a couple Christian bikers that go, the ones that have the Christian patches and shit with all the flags on them. And they were veterans and, old ass men that just hug each other and drink beer together. Like nothing, no 1%, nothing. Okay. And I didn't even want to go in the first place because the last thing I want to do is go hunting down a biker, because you don't hunt them down, they hunt you down. Right. So I'm right there. Plus I like the Mongols. So I'm just like, man, this motherfucker's tripping. So I sit down at the bar. We're having a couple of drinks. And Roach is like, "Bro, I'm going to go in the bathroom and hit some shit." I was like, "Damn, there's a torta around here?" He's like, "No, you know what I'm saying." I said, "Oh, yeah, hit and blow is two different things." He's like, well, what kind of white man do I sound like talking about I'm going to go in the bathroom and blow some shit?" I said, "Normal." Right? So he goes in there and you can literally see smoke. Every time the bathroom opens, people are going in there like, "Oh, shit." They're getting contact high like motherfucker. I'm staying outside at the end of the bar, closer to the Christian bikers that are hugging each other, playing Achy Breaky Heart by Miley Cyrus's dad, right? So as I'm chilling right here, a few bikers walk in. Now, these are roughnecks. You could tell they're from a group called the Bar Hoppers. And I see their patches, Bar Hoppers and shit, right? And I know them because in Merced, we had this place called the R Bar. And a lot of them posted up there. That was like their spot. The Bar Hoppers, they were sympathizers to the Hells Angels, right? Or at least that's what I heard. And so I had met a few of them. Like, they were cool. There was never no issues. Like, my neighborhood used to go to the R Bar. That was one of our spots. And they used to go to the R Bar. And there was never hardly no conflict between bikers and norteños. Like, it just wasn't. Like, we all drank together and whoa. Like, we were good. So here comes Roach out of the bathroom. And the bartender, she's a badass chick, right? She's like the baddest chick in there all the time. She's all tan. She did, the wind's blowing. Just what I like. Guard! It's just what I like, right? That's what I said. That's what I said. Look at all the lint I got on me. Biker shit, brother, right? They don't give a fuck. So anyways, he comes walking out. He's like, "Hey, yeah, give me and my boy, we want a shot of Casadores." And he looks and he sees, he's like, "It's him." And I'm like, "Who?" And there's a short Mexican dude, bar hopper right there, right? And he's like, "That's fucking him." And I said, "Nah, you're high, bro. That's just not a Mongo. That dude's a bar hopper." He's like, "Brother, I'm going to go fucking identify him right now." So he walks by a couple times, like he's walking to the jukebox, and he sees the patch, and he comes back. He's like, I could have swore it was a Mongo, brother. Like, "That's fucking him, though." I said, "Nah, bro. He would have recognized you and socked you already again. Like, your black eyes are barely going away. They would have just came back." He's like, "No, brother. He snaked me. He snaked me. I didn't know he was going to hit me." I said, "Didn't he tell you what's up?" Then he cocked back real slow and socked the shit out of you. "Yeah, brother, that's still snaking. Because anytime a Mexican hits a white man, snake move. Can't do it without it." Right? I'm like, all right. So he's like, "Go talk to him. You're Mexican. You can talk to him." So I'm like, "Hey, what's up, brothers? You guys want a beer?" They're like, "Hell yeah." That's one thing about bikers, man. In order to talk to them, don't wear glasses. They look at them in the eyes and shit so they can see your hands and your eyes. Hey, last thing you ever want to do as disrespect is look a biker. We wearing sunglasses. So I took my little sunglasses out, threw them on my head, shook their hands. "Hey, what's up, brothers?" Bought them a beer, bought them around, right? So I'm over there bullshitting, right? Mexican dude, this is not him. But Roach seems to think this is, right? So Roach is on the phone. He goes outside. He's on the phone. He's calling Hurley, right? He's like, "Bring over a couple of woods. We're going to fuck these bikers up. I don't fucking know it's him." in his method out delirium, he really thinks that this dude's him, but can't be this guy because he would already recognize him. So I'm bullshitting with him. So I just asked him point blank. I was like, hey, bro, you be going to the Pioneer Chicken in Modesto? He's like, what, does a bear shit in the woods? Right? He's a little Mexican dude, but talks like a biker. So he talks kind of like woodish, right? He's like, does a bear shit in the woods? I'm like, yeah, a bear does shit in the woods. He's like, I go to Pioneer Chicken. I said, hey, look, my homeboy got fucking ran up on by some biker in Pioneer Chicken, bro. He thinks it's you. He's like, no, I know someone whose ass I beat, right? He's like, I haven't fought in a long time, but I'm willing to. I was like, nah, I'm sure most bikers are, right? Nah, it's good. So I buy him another round, man. They buy me a shot. Like, we're drinking now. Roach has been outside for like a half hour. PC'd up, scared to come inside, right? Like, get off where you're mad at. I want him to come inside so I could tell him. So I end up going outside. I tell the dudes, hey, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to bring my homie in. They're like, yeah, bring him in. So I go outside and I'm like, hey, Roach, it's not him, bro. He's like, I fucking know for a fact. Listen here, Mexican. You're just defending him because he looks like you. I say, he don't look shit like me. I look more like you than he does, other than I have teeth and I don't got sores all over my face. And a swastika. Look, bro, that is not him. How the fuck can I tell? All you fucking essays look alike. I said, listen, bro, exactly. So that's not him. Go talk to him. I'm fucking talking to that fucking snake artist. I was like, all right. I called Hurley and a couple of fellas and we don't give a fuck if it is him. We're going to make an example. I said, okay, well, look, you guys are going to have to go ahead and do that without me because I'm going to do a pushing, bro. So either you're going to rock with me and ride out and we're going to leave right now. He's like, I got a fucking shot of Casadores in there. I said, man, the bartender been through that shit away. Good liquor? I was like, yeah. Oh, I'm going back in that bathroom. I'm just smoking up a storm and fuck it. He walks right past these bikers, goes in the bathroom and gets to puffing again, right? So I sit down with him. I'm like, look, man, my homie's tripping. He thinks it's you. About 5 minutes later, Hurley, like 3 Woods walk in. Sucked up, skinny, Alabama catfishing, odling and noodling ass motherfuckers came in with bites all over their arms from the catfish. And I see Hurley and he was like, what's up, Wood? Right? And he gives me a big old hug. I'm like, what's up? He sees the bikers, he pats one on the back, right on his patch. He kind of moves, right? He's like, oh, don't get in your fucking feelings, brother, right? And he sits down. And he's like, so these are the dudes we're fucking up. Hurley was down for Roach. Oh, Roach supplied him, but he was just down. He was a good dude, solid. He's like, is there any money in it? Always hustler though. That's why I liked him. That's why me and him got along because there was always like Roach would be like, hey brother, I want you guys to come over here. We're gonna beat up these Asians, right? He's like, is there any money in it? He's like, well, they got, you know how Asians are. They don't believe in banks. They got money at their house. Yeah, but have you seen it? And so he's sitting there. So Roach comes out of the bathroom. He sees Hurley. Now, all of a sudden, Roach is super duper Wood. Now he's talking shit. He's like, oh, fucking bikers think they can beat me up and get away with it. They got to jump me. I was like, wasn't it one dude who beat your ass? Well, that's irrelevant right now. It felt like a bunch of motherfuckers socked me. Look at me. He still had the purple right there. You know when it's like purple? Y'all look like Rebecca's fucking eye after she said fucking hola hit her. Like it's already fucking yellow from Jake beating her ass a week ago, right? So Roach is like, he's like, hey, S.A. The little Mexican biker looks at him. He's short and stocky. The other two are pretty big, right? And he kind of looks at him. Now there's an old man, one of the Christian dudes playing pool. He sees the situation. He's one of those old white dudes with long, scraggly ass fucking gray hair and just fucking trying to look as gangstered out as he can. But every time you ask him, like, what's up? He's like, I'm a Christian. God forgave me. He does the fucking sign of the cross backwards, right? He sees it and he wants to get involved, right? So he's like, hey, fellas, I sense animosity over there. We're all Christian. We need to be Christian-like. We're all God's children. And, man, the Mexican fucking biker just turned around and slapped the shit out of him. Bah! It was like slow motion. Roach goes, it's him! Look at his eyes are black already, right? The fucking Christian dude falls. He has a couple partners. They jump up. They see the big bikers get up. They get down. Hurley decides to rush the Mexican dude. Straight up biker brawl. I was in the corner trying to mac at the bartender, right? Drank fucking a shot that was left right there. I'm like, fuck this. And I watched white people fly all over the place there. Boom, 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 boom. And one Mexican dude, he's looking at me like, yo soy raza, ¿qué pasó? I'm looking like, no, you soy biker. No, ¿qué pasó? Right? And I let them do their thing, man. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them fucking 3 dudes, they were getting manhandled. The 1%er dude or whatever they are, right? The bikers, because they had Hurley, they had the Christians on them. Next thing you know, Roach is fucking him and the old man. He's like, I got your back, brother. Then the old man and him are fighting. And Roach literally in the middle of the fight, we're talking about a brawl, walks away, goes to the bathroom, hits his shit, comes back, starts fighting again. I went and started the car and told him, let's go, right? Roach came running out. I told you I'd get him back, brother. I told him I'd get it. Bro, your ear is damn near ripped off and you got another black eye. This didn't work out quite well for you, right? So, hey, If you want to hang around the woods, man, and they get into it with bikers, the best thing to do is, and they say, hey, brother, let's go do this. Don't. I got lucky. There was a couple bikers that ran my way. I ain't gonna lie, ducked and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was cool. I ain't even gonna lie. When I came out, I kicked one of their bikes. I think it was one of the Christian dudes. I'm gone. Jumped in my whip. We left. Hurley was laughing. He was like, oh, they're fucking fools up. He was. Those other woods, they was in that motherfucker. All fucking methed out the game, right? It was crazy. We went back to Roach's house. He was telling the story to everyone. I fucked that dude up. I told you I was going to get my run backs, right? About a month passes. I'm at Pioneer Chicken by myself, right? And I ain't gonna lie, a little fucking Mongo dude comes up, a little dark motherfucker, and I knew it was him, right? And I looked at him, I'm like, what's up, homie? He was like, hey, what's up? And that's it. And he ordered his food. And I was like, Roach picked the wrong one. All right, that little dude, he had knuckles of steel. It looked like Dub's hands, big old fucking caveman hands. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the story, man, let me know. We'll continue these. Hit a 1. If not, let me know. And we'll do them anyways. This is the gun. Bang, bang.